All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This is taken just shy of the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Wilson.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Wilson. And this is caught by Watkins. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Prescott to Schultz there for the Cowboy first.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On 1st and 10, Prescott.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Prescott.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. And searching 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
And again, it's Prescott.
Open man Lamb. It's complete.
Touchdown, Cowboys.
CeeDee Lamb.
his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are on the board first here on the road in Tampa.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Jose Borregales for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And able to get this out to the 25. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Fournette. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week, 21 carries, 66 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
Oh, he stays up. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Now Wilson. Looking downfield for Godwin. And got his man complete. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 41 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Wilson. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 21. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Give the sack to Blake Martinez. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Wilson. Escape. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Now Wilson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks are starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line.
Brandon, never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of his end zone, Prescott. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 3rd and short yardage, Prescott. No, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
Here's Brian Anger now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. So out come the Bucs now. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10, Wilson. And this one is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Wilson. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So problems with Aaron passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
Sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32. On 2nd and 9, Prescott. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. Touchdown! Jalen Tolbert, his first touchdown on the year. And the the Cowboys are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
The extra point up and good, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. It's an 89-yard kick return. And the Buccaneers are back within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, that's a touchdown. It's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. Open man, right side, it's Lamb.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Yards that time on the punt, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette, and he is going to lose yardage here.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Going deep here for Watkins. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from evening this one up. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's Chris Godwin who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
Up the middle. Here's Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. This offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Get a look at receiver Chris Godwin as this offense returns for their next drive.
There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
It kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time. And that's not easily done because you know all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
Here's Wilson to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. The Bucs are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because, let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Throwing is Wilson.
That one to the sideline and a nice catch there. He stays in bounds, but a penalty marker is down his right.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now it's Wilson.
They'll swing this out to Fournette.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And this is caught at the 8.
And the Bucs are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Now it's Wilson. The quick slant caught. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. To throw is Wilson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is indeed good, and they take a 17-14 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as the tackle made at about the 38.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
And space tough to come by there as they get maybe a yard to the 37.
Throwing, Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Bryan Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down to close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
A quick pass here to Godwin.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Play action. It's Wilson. Dumps it off to Fournette. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And this is caught by Watkins. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Chauncey Golston
in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back. They'll run it again with Fournette. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away.
And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do this thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And his kick is good. And that will tie things at 17 all.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo. And just a field goal separating these two sides as they've gone to halftime. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And they were able to have some success throwing the football against the secondary. Look for that to continue as they try to break this deadlock. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Inside give to Elliott. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Prescott.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 40. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
10th carry now for Elliott. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schultz.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Now Prescott. That one complete to Elliott.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Prescott. Over the middle, complete. That's Schultz. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their...
Touchdown, Cowboys! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
As a former defender, I would be angry as well. Could not get off the field. Well-executed offensive drive. No matter what the defense tried, they couldn't stop them.
Borregales now on for the point after.
And they will take a 7-point lead now. That time a 9-play drive. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half.
Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. One of the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Wilson. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw? They're down. Dying defense. Extra defensive backs and speed. Unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Cowboys about set to take over on offense.
And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down.
So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
A carry here for the big tight end. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from the lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's Bryan Anger now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch is called for. He will take it in to give his guys some excellent field position here. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Personal foul, roughing the tackle, defense.
Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's Wilson. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's got his big tight end here. And he is going to have the Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A lot of times when you get a magical 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Up the gut, Fournette. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's Wilson. This will be caught at about the 6. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
It's a gain of 4.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Quez Watkins from 6 yards away. And the Bucs are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
Point after here coming up. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the 2nd half. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Flushed out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. On 2nd down, Elliott. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. Here's Bryan Anger now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Play action. Now Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the 1st down.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott.
Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
So after 2 1st downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. From just shy of midfield, Prescott got his man complete over the middle. That's Schultz. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 38-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. The give is to Elliott. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's Prescott.
Open man, right side, it's Lamb.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Give him 30 yards there. He had 1 touchdown earlier, nearly a 2nd one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Prescott down. And it's caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Prescott to throw it. He'll get this to Elliott. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that will lead to a 3rd and goal. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. The loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And I don't think there should be much of a discussion here, but you know how I am. You kick the football, you take the lead. How bold do you want to be in this situation, though?
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And his kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. That is incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. On the draw, this is Fournette. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out comes CeeDee Lamb and the rest of the Dallas offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
The football, it's loose, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, the fumble recovery certainly has put them in the driver's seat. 1st and 10, all tied here in the 4th. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Majors say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Following the interception, here's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Again to Elliott. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And he's dropped just before the line of the game. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They go to Elliott again. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Up the middle. Here's Elliott. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Inside give to Elliott. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1?
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. 2 for 2 on the afternoon, and a third would win it. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So it's not quite over yet, but you have to figure they pretty well got this one on ice now.
And Brandon, I'm trying to figure out how they remain so calm in these situations and then go out and execute, because I'm up here shaking like a leaf, and I wasn't the one who had to make that kick.
They look calm, but I bet if you had a heart rate monitor on it, it'd be up in the 300s right now.
Got so many memories that